The successes of the Connecticut Bar Association are primarily driven by the dedication of its members. The John Eldred Shields Award is the association's highest recognition of that dedication. Presented to a member who has performed outstanding service for the CBA, for the benefit of the legal community, and for the community at large, I am honored to say a few words about this year's recipient, Daniel Schwartz of Shipman and Goodwin. Dan's benefits to the legal community have come primarily in his area of expertise, a labor and employment lawyer. A highly active and skilled litigator, Dan also authors an award-winning blog dedicated to Connecticut employment law issues. Through his blog and his frequent TV appearances, Dan guided employers and employees through the many novel workplace issues we all faced during the pandemic. In the CBA, Dan began his service decades ago in the Young Lawyers section, eventually becoming its chair. Dan expanded his involvement serving in the House of Delegates and in numerous leadership roles on multiple task forces and committees. The officers of the CBA recognized Dan's extraordinary talents and work ethic and called on him frequently. Dan always answered the call. This dedication propelled Dan to a seat on the ABA's House of Delegates. Conversant in all of the latest technology and its effects on the practice, Dan was a logical choice to co-chair the task force on the future of the law. I got to know Dan through the CBA, but it wasn't until we spent significant time working on matters involving association employment issues that I learned just how invaluable his counsel was. After that time, there was rarely a CBA meeting, function, or seminar where I didn't see Dan. His commitment to the Bar Foundation and to the Fellows Program were also extraordinary. Quite a few years ago, Dan moved to Avon, where I live, and his activities in local politics, school functions, and social organizations, I was able to observe and see that he was not only the helper, but he was frequently leading. Remarkably, Dan has always found time for his wife, Carol, and his children. The Connecticut Bar Association is chock full of talented, hardworking lawyers, but it takes a unique talent to assume multiple responsibilities and consistently deliver on them. How he does it is simple. Dan is driven by passion, and Dan is passionate about everything. Labor law, the CBA, the Fellows Program, the ABA, diversity issues, social issues, his family. The bottom line is that when Dan commits to something, he makes a complete commitment. The icing on the cake is that Dan masters these multiple tasks with a calm demeanor. It is that equanimity that defines him. Dan, this Shields Award is for all of the hard work that you've done over many years for the CBA and the legal community. We are fortunate to know you and to count you amongst our ranks. Better still, the CBA is fortunate that it will continue to reap the benefits of your hard work and dedication for decades to come. Congratulations, Dan.
I am grateful to have a few moments to thank Dan Schwartz, this year's awardee, for his extraordinary commitment to the CBA and to the legal profession. I met Dan more than 16 years ago when I became the secretary of the association. Dan served that bar year as the assistant secretary-treasurer of the CBA. What that means is that Dan had already reached the pinnacle of leadership of the CBA Young Lawyers section. Many assistant secretary-treasurers serve in that role and then move on to other career endeavors. Not Dan. Dan has served the CBA without pause, sometimes in formal positions, sometimes in informal positions, but without fail. Dan welcomes everyone who wishes to serve, with warm camaraderie, guidance, and leadership, if warranted, and with good old-fashioned hard work if needed. Since 2015, Dan has been Connecticut's state delegate to the House, which adds quite a bit of responsibility, time, and effort to the delegate job. This past February, Dan was selected to serve on the ABA Board of Governors representing Connecticut for a 3-year term beginning after the annual meeting this coming August. As if that were not enough to distinguish him, Dan also served as the chair of the Connecticut Bar Foundation from 2018 through 2021 through the challenges of the pandemic. Dan does all this work and more without ever being anything other than stalwart and open to others' ideas, to creative resolutions of disagreement, to others' concerns, and to evolution. He works hard individually, but he also includes everyone who wants to work alongside him. Dan is a leader, one who doesn't act to further his own agenda, but rather acts, assuredly, for the greater good. Thank you, Dan, for your generosity of spirit. This award is so well deserved. Congratulations.
I am so thrilled to be one of the people acknowledging Dan Schwartz for being selected as the recipient of the 2022 John Eldred Shields Distinguished Professional Service Award. It's worth highlighting just how Dan has fulfilled these requirements. And I remind you, this is just a partial listing. Over his career at the Connecticut Bar Association, Dan was the Assistant Secretary Treasurer. He was chair of the Young Lawyers section after serving on various committees in the Young Lawyers section. He was co-chair of the Future of the Law Task Force, co-chair of the Diversity Committee, executive director of the Review and Compensation Committee of the Labor and Employment section, and a member of the Task Force on Discrimination and Harassment. Dan has also been an active member of the Connecticut Bar Foundation and many other committees, in fact, countless. But my personal favorite was when Dan was recognized by the American Bar Association's Young Lawyer Division, receiving both the Star of the Year Award as well as the ABA Journal's Legal Rebel Award. Dan, a legal rebel. Can you imagine that? Well, Dan has written for 14 years the Connecticut Employment Law Blog, arguably the most widely read law blog in the state and certainly a go-to resource on all things employment law. This blog has been recognized by the ABA Journal as one of the top blogs produced nationally and was put in the Hall of Fame a few years back. So tonight, with this award, Dan joins a list of who's who of the Connecticut Bar, many of whom I've had the pleasure of working with and I'm honored to call friend. And I just list a few: Rose Giuliano, Wes Horton, Tim Fisher, James Sheeran, Fred Urey, Lou Pepe, Justice Harper, Dwight Merriam, Judge Hall, and Judge Dran Guinness. Although these are tough acts to follow, I have no doubt that our little legal rebel will carry on the traditions of service, excellence, and integrity of John Eldred Shields, in whose name this award is given this evening. Congratulations, Dan.